Forwards. Barrett is out there with Peyton, and it's Gibson in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And here's Barrett. Count that bucket. Barrett's got 6 points.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Peyton dishes to Gibson. Barrett wide open. He fires. No good on the triple.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Lopez. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And the dunk by Giannis.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they double up Peyton. No one near Randall as he lets it go. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Peyton's got 5 assists in the game. Down low. Outside for Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez finds Antetokounmpo. Barrett brings the double team. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Giannis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He has 45 points.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Barrett. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And, well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time, just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
Shoots the 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Knox, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Knox has got his first basket. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were a top offense last season.
Well, we talk a lot about Bud ball, and you add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. They really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless. Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Great D that time from Gibson.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
And so Peyton will bring it up for the Knicks. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Lopez over to help. Here's Knox. Makes it off his second bucket of the night.
Well, Knox finding his way around the rim and then pretty versatile to finish.
Pass to Lopez. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit over.
One shot.
And with the Knicks rebuilding their roster this summer, there is hope in the air.
Well, two big swings they were hopeful to take. One was at the draft and ending up getting the second overall pick in R.J. Barrett. Certainly points the team in the right direction. The second one was in free agency. And unfortunately for the New York Knicks, again, a bit of a swing and a miss. So we'll see if through some youth.
And another one falls. Amazing.
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for third most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
I can't believe he has matched Kobe's 10 games of 50 points. Just shows the level of greatness we are witnessing this season.
Lopez close up and gets it done.
And there's the pass to Knox. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. And so it's Milwaukee, able to put on a show for the ages. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Do it again for this quarter, 0-0. Same effort, same mentality.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Chris Middleton is out there with Marvin Williams. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Ntilikina sensing when one of his guys was not covered, and then he found him.
And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
And it's Brazdeikis missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Yeah, still possessing the athleticism. Williams is sensational at finding ways to throw it down.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Bullock, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And the sharpshooter, Reggie Bullock. Took some time for him, Greg, here in the NBA, but, you know, he's going to shoot it.
Bullock has always been a consistent threat from outside, and that is why this team loves him. That doesn't offer too much else, but he can open up some room inside with that ability to hit from deep.
2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Now, the name of the game for the Bucks is defense. Very tough at the rim and challenging shooters. They have good length, obviously, out there on the wings, let alone Giannis all by himself. But defense, a big reason why last year they were able to collect 60 wins.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Wilson in for Williams. And Brent, with this Bucks defense, when they're locked in, they're tough.
Well, not only do they defend, they had the best effective field goal percentage against last year. They seal off the defensive possession with the rebound. They were a top rebounding team, second in blocks in the league. As a whole package, the Milwaukee Bucks present a unique problem. Good on defense and hard to match up with Giannis on the other side offensively.
And it's Brosdakis missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Brett, many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics
of it.
I
understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
He doesn't get the second one.
Well, the Knicks have had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
And we're about 3 minutes in. Into the fourth quarter. On the wing, Ellington. And again, it's the Knicks missing. For Milwaukee, they've gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Ellington's got 4 points in the quarter. Ball stolen. Here's Ntilikina. Good, nice job down low.
Ntilikina wreaking some havoc this time on the defensive end. A bit of his calling card being shown there.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Again, what an avalanche!
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Lopez over to help, to the paint. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Ntilikina showing his role right there as a distribution player.
Portis has gotten 6 of his 12 shots to drop, hitting 50% on the night. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Tons and tons of playing time to be had in New York for Coach Fizdale. Second-round players, second-chance players. A lot of these guys are going to get their shot. Of course, R.J. Barrett, the guy they're going to lean on most to see what he's capable of doing and how quickly he can learn. But the Knicks have a ton of developing to do this year.
Looking at who's out there. Now for the Bucks. Murray's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Smith checked in for Frank Ntilikina. Bucks shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And last season, Brent, guys like Robinson, Dotson, and Moutier, they all got to see the floor for the Knicks.
Yeah, those moments helped, although all of those guys are not back with the Knicks this coming season. But that younger talent getting out on the NBA floor for actual NBA minutes could help them to play a pivotal role moving forward for those players.
Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry. And that
now Peyton. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, this is the Jet here, man. Your fingerprints was all over the game, particularly on the offensive end. What weren't they doing defensively?
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson.
Ready to do this? Oh, it's beautiful. Everyone's showing me love.
We know you're a busy guy, Chase, so we're going to let you go, but congrats again on Rookie of the Month, and thanks again for joining us.
Hey, anytime, guys.
You're listening to Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, back after this quick commercial break.
Thanks.
Nice work, Che. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, good game, bro.
Appreciate it, Sarge.
Che, talk to me about your first start. How did it feel out there? It looked like you were pretty comfortable.
Oh, man, it's so dope. You know, it's always been a dream of mine to be a starter in NBA. Yeah, it feels good, man. I just hope I can build on this, you know, and string together a bunch of good games. Because honestly, for me, the sky's the limit. And I feel like I don't have a ceiling right now. There's no pinnacle. Man, that's a good question.
Jay, how does it feel to be the top vote getter at your position for the All-Star game?
I work hard on my craft. I know it'll be hot.
Well, it is a special day here today at Top Takes Daily as we are joined live in studio with one of the NBA's brightest new stars, Che. Welcome to the show, Che.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me, Diane.
Of course. Now, you've had to overcome a lot on your path up to the league. We all know about the doubt you faced coming in as a four-year college player. So with that, my first question for you is, how does it feel to silence the haters?
It's all right.
So now that you've established that you belong in the league, what's next for you? What are your goals?
You know, I really don't want to put a limit on it. I think if I continue to work hard, anything's possible. So yeah, maybe that's...
So before we wrap things up, one last question for you. We all seem to know a lot about
that's a good question, Diane.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have today in studio.
The WNBA draft is happening tonight, and we spoke to Asia Wilson last week, and she had some words of advice for the draftees.
You grow up and you always want to have your jersey up there with the commissioner and things like that, and hearing your name being called and you walking up, like that's something that you always see on TV, and then you want to say, okay, I'm here. I would just have to say be a sponge and not a rock. I think that's the biggest thing, is take in as much information as you can. It's going to be tough because you may go to a team where the coach expects a lot from you.
Looking forward Rhetorical question, but you know what I love about Che Hornet?
Ooh, his sense of style?
No. That's a good guess.
His name.
Wrong again.
His sense of the moment.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Pigeons loose, the bells ring, confetti flies. This kid is not shying away from anything. And you've seen that over and over again during this recent stretch of hot play. No more.
$2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks against the Detroit Pistons. For Detroit, they're hoping to start turning around their luck. They'll be put to the test in this one and will need to put together a complete game as they face a team well above them in the standings. And we'll see Che, a fantastic talent out of Bay City. Kenny, a lot to like about his prospects going forward.
Well,
and in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Downtown Detroit shining brightly tonight. What a look at the Motor City from just across the river. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. Hey, Dave.
The Bucks took a massive leap in Coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee. Budenholzer said he joined the organization at the perfect time. The new facilities, the energetic fans, the great roster, ownership, front office, everything is set up to have great success. And he added, I feel fortunate to be the coach.
The feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. Smitty, we have great athletes on the floor in this one. Shouldn't be any shortage of some highlight reel type plays.
Yeah, this game, nobody will make my segment under the rim. Smitty's under the rim. Everything will be right. Above the rim tonight. I'm excited.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bledsoe. And for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Maker. And it's Galloway in at the 2-guard spot.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee.
Yo, watch Eric.
Here's Giannis.
Stay on him.
Giannis!
And he makes good on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Griffin looking it over. Back to Rose for 3. Another shot. Good D by Lopez. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Rose passes to Griffin. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Griffin finds Snell. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Pass to Galloway. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Very solid shot by Langston Galloway, doing it at the pro level.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And Maker sends it back. Here's Snell. No good that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Lopez. Goes up again. Good on the shot. 6 points for him.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Bounce pass from Rose. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Lopez, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable. Down low. The second he does, there's no stopping him.
Rose passes to Griffin. Out to the right wing. That's a 2 from Snell, and the shot is long.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
And he dunks it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Galloway, no good. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can't connect from short range. Bledsoe against Rose. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Wing shot on the way. Here's Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the shot is good.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now the pass to Snell. Here's Galloway. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Sometimes Derrick Rose is usually hit or miss, but when he's on, look out.
There's the lob. Antetokounmpo. And here we go. The Pistons fast break, and Griffin slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Hey, who got play?
From the baseline, the rebound by the Bucks. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
Can't hit from the corner.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit.
Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Rose passes to Maker. Good D by Lopez.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Smitty, once again, teams are switching defensively more than ever. As a side benefit, does that help defenders, you think, preserve some energy and some stamina for the game?
Yeah, I think it does, Kevin. I really think if you have the personnel to be able to switch. Some teams don't, and I think they're copycat leagues. And you see the championship level teams switching, so you think you can. There are some teams, they just got to flat out come out and trap, rotate, and understand, give up shots to guys that you don't shoot a high percentage and live with that, because sometimes, especially big guys, they put them on an island, and it's just not fair.
Good point. The Bucks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes?
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The tray gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
In the corner, it's Galloway. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Galloway has got 9 points. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 19.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And, boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
So both teams changing it up here. And now, in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. Taking a look at Portland, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at Milwaukee, they've just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire.
Nice ball. Teams deciding to change it up. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Then there's McRae. Then there's Maker. And it's Galloway in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
That shot wide open.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Blake Griffin. Milwaukee's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Fires for 3. Cranes the three-pointer. 24 points for him.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Galloway. He's got 16. Maker misses. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the dunk by Lopez.
Look out below. Robin Lopez sending a lane to the hoop and finishing it.
Pistons trail by 6. Galloway, the pass to Maker. Pass to McRae. Stolen away by himself, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. To halt the run, the rebound by the Bucks.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Maker, no one around him. Snell dishes to Griffin, and it's blocked.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
Detroit, no good that time either.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Here's McRae. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the wide open shot from Griffin misses, and the dry spell continues. No good with the layup.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Pistons trail by 14. Shoots from 14, connects, the jumper drops. Griffin's got 7 points.
He's very consistent now from the mid-range. Blake able to keep the defense honest.
Dishes to Antetokounmpo. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Now let's take a look at the top rookies in the league. Our rankings here for the race for Rookie of the Year, a distinction every young player would love to have. What a rookie year he's having, guys, atop the rankings right now. And even though it might be a tight call, he's definitely the favorite.
And what a feeling right now for him. I mean, sitting on top of the heap of all that young talent.
Even though this season's just getting started, it's a big accomplishment, a testament to his relative maturity.
Baseline jumper. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
High percentage look for him, but bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
The 3 ball. Another 3 for Detroit.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Shot on the wing. They get it back. Antetokounmpo. No good, unable to end this run. Pistons trail by 6. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. And here are the Pistons now. They're on a 10-1 run right now. Galloway, the pass to McRae.
Hey, who's watching them?
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
He hits both from the stripe. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the New York Knicks. Banked in off the glass. He has 35.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Here's Galloway. Offline with his 3. Milwaukee leading by 5. And yes, it's good.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
To the left wing. McRae kicks to Galloway. Snell from outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 11 rebounds in the game.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin, if you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans. It's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they miss. We still got to understand they're human, and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend, but, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
With one on the clock, and a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Jay, a lot of scoring from you in the first half. What are you guys doing offensively that's allowed you to be so successful?
Hey, this might come off as a little bit cocky, but I honestly can say I believe there's no one on that team that can guard me right now, Hey, no disrespect, but that's how confident I am with my shot right now. And you better believe I'll keep it going.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Pistons trail by 3 on the court for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Bledsoe.
Absorbing contact and finishing through it, Maker's been adding strength to his frame.
Down low. And the dunk by Lopez.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
To the left side wing. Griffin passes to Maker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Brook Lopez.
What I like about Thon Maker, he's enthusiastic, driven, and hungry.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
And that one, good. He's got 39.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
And it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Here's Galloway. 19 points in the game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 5th assist in this one.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
This is when they need it the most, so they're so close to evening this game up.
To the middle. Here's Lopez. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
Bucks leading by 5. Rose with the double team. Pass to Lopez. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Lopez has got 9 points.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to this half offensively. 4 straight and counting.
Pass to Griffin. Here's Galloway. Another three for Detroit.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
People wondered how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from L.A. to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
5 to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. They get it again.
Get him out, get him out.
Goes back up. And he hits the jumper for 2. 43 points in the game. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
From about 19 feet, here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
And that one's good by Giannis.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. It's a 10-point game. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Just think where they'd be without all the work he's done from the three-point line today.
Pulls up on the wing, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Jordan McRae, he's checked in for Detroit. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe.
And they're getting their points now. Almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
We've seen them put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Rose with the ball. 21 points in the game, and there's the defensive 3-second call. For Detroit, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific, 79% as a team.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Robin Lopez is checked in for Brook Lopez. And the shot is good. The Bucks' lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Derrick Rose.
Each possession, more confidence from Derrick Rose. He wants the basketball. He's starting to knock him down.
There's the pass to Connaughton. Shot clock at 6. That shot off. Detroit's gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. Here's McRae. He kicks it to Griffin. Detroit making a switch here. Mikhailuk is checked in. Detroit with the ball, trailing by 5. McCray passes to Galloway, 6 to shoot. Here's McCray, fires the 3, and it's Connaughton with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Lets it go with a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Mikhailuk's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pistons trail by 7. The dish now to Griffin. To the inside. Lopez with the steal. Right wing. Here's Connaughton. Off target from outside. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Here's Griffin. The three-pointer, no good.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. The Pistons shooting straight 49% from the field. Here's Galloway. He has 31. Looking to get back on track here, and that's going to be a travel. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. 5th best, the Bucks.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Watch it. Get him. Come around, go.
From 15 feet away, and another one falls.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Pass to Griffin. Here's Mikhailuk.
I got him. Right here.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
One shot.
Detroit shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Well, Langston Galloway, not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Henson comes in for Maker, and Wood subbed in for Blake Griffin. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
One shot.
Detroit shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
I got mine. Who got shooter? Hey, let me get big man.
And the technical free throw is good.
After going undrafted, Langston Galloway in 2015, he was named to the all-rookie second team. It's a terrific story.
Now here's Henson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Pistons have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once, in the first.
Bucks on defense. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Mikhailuk. He has 5. 4 on the shot clock. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's the third youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Here's Galloway. That shot off, and Milwaukee the other way now. Outside Matthews.
You got him.
Let's go. Another one goes. Incredible. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Galloway. No good from outside. Bucks leading by 14. And another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Pass to McRae. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Tony Snell's checked in for the Pistons. Murray's checked in for Milwaukee. .153 left. Different look here for Detroit. Thon Maker's checked in for Tony Snell. Griffin comes in for Jordan McRae. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Langston Galloway.
One shot.
I got mine. Who got shooter, huh? Hey, let me get big man. Hey, when it comes off, grab it, baby.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Rose is out there with Griffin. Then there's Maker. Then it's John Henson. And it's Wood in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he makes the first.
And the leadership Lopez gives this team really important. He's someone his younger teammates look up to.
Tony Snell's checked in for Detroit. Langston Galloway comes in for Henson. Here's Snell. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 9 assists now tonight. Down low, kicks it out to Giannis. Good on the triple. And the Bucks lead by 7.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Rose passes to Griffin. The shot, no good. Good D by Lopez.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Out to the right wing. Jacks up a 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. To the paint, here's Lopez, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. A 12-point game.
I see him.
Looking to end the run. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lopez has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Oh!
Yes. Goodness.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
In the corner, it's Galloway. Detroit, no good that time either. Milwaukee leading by 14. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Out left to the wing, plenty of space. Basket good. Galloway has got 39.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
The three-pointer off the mark.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Snell finds Galloway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the pass to Maker. To the right side. Outside Rose. Passes it to Galloway. That three off the mark.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the dunk by Maker.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Come get it.
To the middle, here's Giannis. And there's the big-time jam, and he slams it right over Maker.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Galloway, no good.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
And again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Pistons shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Timeout. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a nonstop parade to the foul line.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Will it go? Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Steve, you know, there is some hostility we're finding between the media, some teams and players, boycotting of certain journalists. Coach Steve Kerr said it's a dangerous situation. What's your view?
You know, I think it is from a standpoint of from a players and organizations with the media, but I think also the media, somebody's going to have to police those guys as well. Ooh, love it, love it.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. He dishes it to Griffin. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. Kicks it to Snell from past the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis is... And, yep, another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 12 points in just the second half.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Milwaukee.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
Inside, here's Galloway. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee in total control. Now the feed to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Griffin finds Galloway. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those.
Seven seconds left to play here in the fourth. Rose surveying the D. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
What's up, Shaq here. That was one of the best offensive performances I've seen this year.
I don't shy away from pressure.
Well, great stuff as always, Jay. Thanks so much for joining us.
Nope.
Congrats on your first player of the month, Jay.
I'm not too big on these individual awards.
You guys are on fire. What's been the key to your success these past few games?
Ted, you know, I think it's just everyone being in sync, I guess. You know, coaches pushing all the right buttons. We're executing on both sides of the ball, treating every possession like it matters. When you're at this level of competition, whew, there's very little that separates the best teams from the worst. So attention to detail is very, you know, it's major in this league.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic.
This week on NBA 2K TV. One-on-one with Warriors' Eric Paschall. My team card updates. We give you tips on basic play calling in 2K20 and your top plays. Welcome back to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
Over the past
Well, more bad news. The NBA is going to have to be without one of its premier shooters for the foreseeable future as Steph Curry goes down with a serious injury.
One of? Who's a better shooter than Steph?
Well, Joe Harris has shot better than him from three, so has his brother Seth.
Joe Harris? You can't be serious, eh?
Look, all I'm saying is that it might not be as cut and dry as you think. There's a debate to be had here, for sure.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Let's open it up to the listeners. What do you guys think? Is Steph Curry the best shooter in the league? No question. We'll be taking your calls.
"2K Sports" welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Looking at Milwaukee, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And Che in action here. One of the huge talents, and really one of the few, who remained in college for a number of years.
That's a look at our setting tonight, the picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Middleton.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has...
We are...
Well...
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Well, when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter or third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bledsoe to the inside, and Bledsoe with the stuff.
This guy is blessed with such rare athletic gifts. Eric Bledsoe leaves no doubt.
Over in the corner, Isaac. From outside, off the mark. To the paint, here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Outside Fournier. Pass to Vucevic. Three-pointer Augustine. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Milwaukee now. 4-point game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense. Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
And, Greg, one of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
For 3, Fournier. A fresh 14 for Orlando.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And Giannis gets it to go.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, Greg, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Outside Fournier. Passes it to Isaac. Shot clock at 5. The Magic again can't hit. The Bucks have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in to stop the run. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Magic trail by 12. From downtown, Isaac misses.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Augustine with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Lob pass to Gordon, stolen by Bledsoe. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. The Bucks #1.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Orlando grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
And it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
Now, here's Fournier. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And you look at this Magic roster, so much potential.
I think, Greg, they have done a great job of drafting to the style of play they want to play. Guys who want to get after it on the defensive end. Guys who can switch and slide on the perimeter. Guys who can protect the rim. That is the backbone of this organization.
Augustine against Middleton. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He's got 10.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here are the Magic now, down by 15.
Terrific anticipation by him, and that's why he's out on the court.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Fournier in the corner. That's in. Augustine with the assist.
Evan Fournier has proven over and over, you better get a hand up and contest from 3, or he will make you pay.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. The Bucks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Two.
First free throw is good.
Well, you think about the solid first year Steve Clifford had coaching the Orlando Magic. This team had a solid season with a great leap on the defensive end of the floor. Clifford once again showing he is a great defensive mind in the NBA coaching ranks.
Both good from the line that time. And with Clifford and the defense, he's excelled in that area his whole career.
Well, think back at both stops in Charlotte and Orlando. His teams have been really solid on the defensive end of the floor. They limit turnovers and second chance points, get back in transition, build the wall. It's becoming his calling card as a coach, guys.
Thus far in his young career, Jonathan Isaac's strength, I think, dwarfs his defense.
That has everything to do, Kevin, with his blend of length and mobility. This guy can be extremely disruptive on that end of the floor, and Jonathan Isaac will grow offensively as well.
Fultz, he's checked in for Augustine. The sixth pick back in 2017, 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
Fultz looking around. Isaac passes to Gordon. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Jumps up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Bledsoe. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Offensive rebound and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You've got to be careful how you guard Nikola Vucevic. This guy is so good at forcing the defense to hit him on the way to the cup.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Williams, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And a change for the Magic. Ross is checked in. Over to the left wing. Bledsoe for 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves, terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale, and that's something he's continued to develop in the pros, a response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Here's Bledsoe, finished off the break. Bledsoe's got 7 points in the game.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Wesley Matthews checked in for Milwaukee. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Orlando.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Ross in the corner to end the run. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You have to know when to simply catch and shoot, and it serves Terrence Ross very well that time.
And good that time. 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Vucevic, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, such a polished scorer. Vucevic doesn't mind absorbing hits. He will power through it.
Pass to Williams. All alone. Bamba with the block, but he gets it back. Tries again. They grab their own miss, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
The shot by Carter-Williams, nobody around. Back to Ross. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a career high in scoring, Doris, for Terrence Ross last season.
Boy, he thrived in the instant offense role off the bench. This guy unleashed into an aggressive, assertive, shot-hunting scorer. What a season he had.
First one falls for him. Doris, so the Magic have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Augustine.
Boy, DJ Augustine, the number 9 pick in 2008, he has certainly been well-traveled in his career.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Williams. Then there's Bledsoe. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And despite the journeyman career, Augustine is playing his best ball now.
Well, it's reflected in his shooting percentages, Kevin. Over the last few seasons, he has really taken off in terms of his efficiency. This is probably one of the most underrated shooters in the NBA.
And good on the second, so he makes... them both. Orlando with the ball. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star. In 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The teardrop falls in. That's 7 points for Williams.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Fournier in the corner. The Magic again can't hit.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The pass to Augustine. Middleton against Fournier. Pass to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. Here's Bamba. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
We are talking about a physical, multi-skilled big in Mo Bamba, and he does a nice job drawing that contact.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge spear of influence.
And the Bucks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. Dishes to Williams. Gets a hand on it. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The Magic shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Fournier gets a wide open look, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 4 assists now tonight. Greg, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the free throw line.
Oh, no. He's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
For Orlando, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Both free throws good from Augustine.
And quietly, DJ Augustine has become one of the game's better three-point shooters. This is an established player who finds ways to continue to be productive, guys.
For Milwaukee, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And so he hits both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Outside Fournier. Shoots over Matthews. Hits the target from 18 feet. Fournier's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, this is one of Fournier's go-to shots. Such a strong sense from when to fire from that distance.
Lets it fly. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Now Augustine, he gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 32.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Here's Orlando now. And here's Fournier. He's got 8 for 3. Gordon. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And no good. Nice D from Fournier. Here's Isaac. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. The Magic again can't hit.
Now, I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit. Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Dorsey, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you...
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. Fournier in the corner. Can they get it? Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. Giannis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Augustine, no luck.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Put a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Terrence Ross is checked in for Orlando. Carter Williams comes in for DJ Augustine.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Fultz with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And there's the feed to Antetokounmpo. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Gordon. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. The shot by Gordon wide open. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Now, here's Fultz. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. He gets it up, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Way out in front, their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebound, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Isaac in at the 3. Now Augustine. Outside Fournier. Gordon against Lopez. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Gordon. Augustine's got 7 points.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions? This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Well, Orlando shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Augustine, that's good.
Well, I know he's in his third decade, but DJ Augustine still has a second gear. So dangerous in the open floor.
Fires from the wing, and that's good for 2.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Here's the 3. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. The 3. He got it again. Sensational.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Augustine looking around. Out to the wing. Here's Isaac. No good with the triple. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Lopez!
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
It's Fournier on the wing. Another miss by Orlando.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And Giannis throws it down.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Fournier's shot is off.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Passes it to Connaughton over Augustine. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Isaac. And just miss after miss right now.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Chris Middleton.
One shot.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And here is Isaac. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Augustine. Rebound, Milwaukee. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
You know this, Kevin. If you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
Orlando's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Lopez against Augustine.
Shooting 2.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. That free throw, no good. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Right side, Fournier. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And Orlando making a change here. Ross is checked in. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the third. Kicks to Middleton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Middleton hits them both. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Here's Fultz. 13 points in the game. And it's Carter Williams in the corner. The Magic again can't hit. 1 second left. Hits it again. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for Orlando. We've got Wilson. He's out. There with Chris Middleton. Antetokounmpo out there with Brook Lopez. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting a superb 63% from the field. And got it! Another basket! That's 62 points. 62!
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
To the middle, here's Birch. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Carter Williams against Middleton. Carter Williams kicks to Ennis. And a miss there on the triple. And he goes in for the dunk.
He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wandu passes to Birch. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, the long arms of Brook Lopez effortlessly sends that back.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Middleton against Carter Williams. Lopez with the block. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say, as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Here's Birch. Shot clock at 5. He kicks it to Ennis. And it's sent back by Lopez. All alone. Good, he hits again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Ennis in the corner. The Magic again can hit, and it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-1 run.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
Magic shooting has been wayward so far, only 37% from the floor. Here's a one-do, down low. Here's Aminu. Lopez grabs the board.
Yo, whose man is Chris?
And good, he hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And it's Aminu in the corner. No good on the three. For Milwaukee, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. A one-do's got 4 points in the quarter.
I tell you what, that's an excellent pass there. Carter Williams almost with like a sixth sense to see the play as it develops.
That one drops for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's a one-do. Pass to Birch. The dish to Carter Williams. And it's off from three-point range. To the middle. Middleton outside. Wilson kicks to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Count that one.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Orlando's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. A one-do passes to Aminu. Here's Ennis. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Carter Williams, the pass to Birch. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Antetokounmpo, finished off the break.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Ennis in the corner, shot to stop the run, and Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Got a hand on it. Carter Williams against Murray. The pass to Aminu. Carter Williams feeling it out a bit. Rebound, Milwaukee. Wilson's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Antetokounmpo against Carter Williams. Birch, the rebound by the Bucks.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Aminu, no one around him. Cans it from downtown. Aminu's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Inside. There's the steal. Now here's Ennis. D right on him. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be...
Good, that's another bucket.
And that puts him even for 3rd on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
One shot. One shot.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Michael Carter Williams. Augustine with it. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They poured it out, showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Shaq here. Another game, another...
Nice game, Che.
Thanks, V.
You must be looking forward to facing those.
Hey, you said it, Vinny, not me.
Congrats on the win.
No, it's a little bit of both.